Welcome to MentorcliQ's Mentoring Soundbites, where we answer some of the most common and important questions professionals just like you ask about starting, managing, and growing their mentoring programs. In this video, mentoring program visionaries in the information technology, banking, and wine and spirits industries provide detailed advice on how they successfully gathered and shared mentoring program success data across their organizations. We hope you find this video helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe for more mentoring best practices like these.
I am not a numbers person at all. Analytics and number crunching is an ever continuous development item for me, so I'm continuing to work on it. But I get anxiety anytime I have to share numbers or pull reporting, just because it's not a strong point for me. But going into the conversations with our leadership and with these different groups, I actually felt really confident because I understood the story that we were trying to tell, and MentorcliQ did a great job explaining to me when they shared the results with us, what was the work behind it to get to those numbers and what did those numbers mean. So that context and that explanation was really helpful as I then shared the results with others. And, being the type A person I am, I definitely prepared to be asked questions from each of the groups. And I was really surprised when they didn't have a lot of questions for me. Again, I think it was just because everything was clear. I was able to explain it in a way that really made sense. And I think some of them were just a little bit in shock about the great results and the great numbers that we were seeing.
And what we found is when we dug deeper into our ROI and started looking at the demographics of participants, we started to notice those underrepresented groups who we didn't recognize weren't being reached through this. And so while we thought, we did plenty of communication, we've shared this, we're really looking now and thinking, okay, how can we take an agile approach on increasing our communication and broadening the reach of our program so that we're starting to reach some of those populations? Originally we thought, wow, this is going to be a big task. And so like I said, we're just trying to think about how can we be agile with this, see some impact in our numbers. And so we're doing that on a more regular basis than we do some of our larger ROI data dumps, just to really make sure that we're seeing progress and our mentor and mentee pool are reflecting those efforts.
We took all that wonderful survey results and feedback that we get and all the metrics and data that we collect thanks to MentorcliQ, and we're putting into a dashboard. We're using our technology and we're sharing it with the entire global organization. Every single employee, whether you are in our assembly line in various parts of the world, or if you're sitting behind a desk in Manila, Philippines, you would have access to this dashboard and you could keep track of what the mentoring program is doing. And as we advance into as we track other metrics, for example, career progression, how many of our participants in the past have moved on to, even if it's lateral roles or promotions, or they've moved to another region or another function, we will add those metrics. But again, it's about transparency so that people understand that these efforts are not wasted efforts. This is what it means. This is what we're doing. And having that visual share with the entire organization, I think it's of extreme importance. And I would highly recommend that you, as you design these programs, you keep reporting as a way of giving transparency and how you tie it back to the business objectives.
Once MentorcliQ came to us with the great ROI results, I wanted to, share it with everybody I could. So of course we had to start by going up the kind of HR hierarchy. So things were shared with my manager, our chief learning officer, our chief human resources officer, and the HR leadership team to begin with. And so the way we presented that to those groups was through a PowerPoint deck that the charts and the numbers were provided to us on. And I took what MentorcliQ had given to us and I put it in our colors and kind of changed a little bit of the wording around just to relate to the wording that we use in our culture and organization. And then we also have an executive sponsor for our program. So I shared the results with her. And then parts of the results even got shared up to our executive board because they were so impressive and we thought that it was very worthy to share with them and to let them know. And I will say one of the things I did with that PowerPoint as it went to the different groups is I made sure to take pieces and parts of it that would be most pertinent and relevant to that group. So for our HR folks, they had a longer kind of deck with more of all the slides in it. And then certainly as it continued to rise up the ranks, I made it a little bit shorter and pulled some of the more pertinent stats, because as you get higher up, there's always less time to look at things. So you've got to be really quick and concise.
Where do you think your mentoring program success data will have the biggest impact when shared? Let us know in the comments below. The future of your mentoring program relies on how effectively you translate the success data across your organization. Once that data comes in, framing it in the right way will guarantee long-term viability of your program and help fuel further growth. For more mentoring tips, check out the links below the video or visit us at MentorcliQ.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get updated on best practices like these.